Well, right now, as you saw, we have a candidate that is running for the South Orange County Community College District, Peter Espinosa. Actually, we have two of them today. We have senior and junior. And of course, you're the one that's running.
I'm the
right?
man.
All right. Nice to meet you. And nice to meet you as well.
Thank you.
So coming up, of course, is the big election, but on the ballots, of course, are the local elections as well.
Right.
And one of them is, of course, for the trustees of the South Orange County Community College District, which you are running for.
Right.
So first of all, let's get to know you. Okay. Tell me about you and your dad here and your background.
Right. Well, the reason why I'm running because of my hero here.
Yeah.
My 93-year-old father had been living in Laguna Woods for 17 years.
Wow.
And, I was raised by parents. My dad, strong work ethic that he taught me, and my mom, who's not around anymore, but she was the community person who connected and engaged with the community. So between the two of them, they were my role models.
That's fantastic.
And so it's my way of continuing the legacy. And you know, when you observe and learn from parents and peers, then you play it forward. So
yeah,
that's why I'm running.
Exactly. And to your dad here, Peter, you've been living in the community right here for a while, huh?
Yes, quite a while. I enjoy it here. Played golf here quite a bit, and involved in parties.
Oh, that's great.
The clubs.
Yeah,
I love them.
Yeah, definitely.
Italian clubs are my favorite.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Really?
Yeah, and I can't believe you're 93. That's
yeah.
You don't look anywhere close to that.
I tell you, everybody asks me, says, "How's it feel to be 93, Pete?" And I says, "I've never been there before, so I don't know."
There you go. That's a good answer.
Right.
So tell me about your background as it relates to running for a trustee position.
I have 41 years experience in the field of higher education, and as you said, I'm a former board member of Capistrano Unified School District, and I've been a professor, administrator, and instructor in higher ed for all these years, and it really began back in 1969 when I was in Peace Corps. And then I taught in Peace Corps, Department of Interior, and then high school. Then most of my career time has been spent at the college level.
Okay.
And so at Saddleback College, I started there by 1977. So
wow.
I've been around here a long time.
So what are some of the goals that, if you are elected, you would like to go for and hopefully achieve?
Right. Well, the first one that I think is important is to reduce the cost of administration and to hold administrators more accountable. We have to make sure the money goes into the classroom and student services. The second one would be streamlining financial aid. Right now, the cost of education for college students nationally is $30,000 debt, $25,000 in California. So we got to figure out how to maintain the cost. Third would be to increase the transfer rate, because one of the goals is to move students from a community college to the university for a bachelor's degree, and then to increase vocational and high-tech training. And the last one, which I have great interest in, is expand courses for the Emeritus Institute. Right. There's about 31 sites, 6,000 students. Yeah. And so that's a tremendous effort. And so I have an idea for one particular class that I would like to promote, that I taught.
Oh yeah, what's that?
Well, what it is, my background is psychology, and one of the challenges that we all face is of the loss of loved ones. Yes. So I've taught for many years students all ages the grieving process, support and understanding how to go through, how to cope and make it through the grieving process. That's my specialty.
Very good, yeah.
So
I could see where that would be.
Yeah, so class, my intent is to open it up, and 16-week courses where neighbors can teach and help neighbors through this challenging process that we all face.
Right. When you talk of technology, of course, there is the new technology center that's going to be on its way soon, ATEP. And of course, when you're on the board there, you have Saddleback, you have IVC, and they seem to be, in general, moving into a good direction as far as their tech goes.
Well, it is.
New science building and all.
Right, yeah, the building is starting now. The challenge would be, once the technology begins, is to keep up with the technology, because it changes so quickly. Right. And so that's the challenge of institutions, because sometimes it's a little bit slower in getting and moving courses than technology because of the cost and course approval. But it's a tremendous challenge, but huge need. Yeah, I mean, let's face it, tech changes from the time you sat down to the time we are right. I mean, quite literally, it does. Yeah.
So it's not like what it used to be. Technology
Right.
took 5, 6, 7, 8 years to kind of catch up to what people were thinking about. Now, as far as, of course, the vocational choices, often there's a lot of people when they go into higher education,
Right.
and they're looking for ways to maybe start into the workforce fairly quickly. They forget that a lot of these vocational courses and the training that you can get, whether it's being a plumber or an auto tech or things like this, they can come away from a two-year degree over at Saddleback or IVC,
Right.
and yet well on their way to earning really good money.
Right.
And unfortunately, I think a lot of days, a lot of young people forget that there's still a need for electricians and things like that, right?
There's still a huge need. I've counseled for many years, and one of the things that you're bringing up is very important. So a practical trade is crucial.
Yeah.
But what students are having to do is have parallel tracks because things change so quickly.
Right.
So if a trade is working, go for it. But should something happen, they have to be ready to move. So right now, there's more of a challenge to prepare for the career options because of change. Be ready to adapt. Be ready to adapt to a different path. So, but you're right. We're losing craftsmen and craftswomen, and those skills are still very, very important. But really, you have to have a really broad perspective in terms of where to move and adapt, because, like you said,
Right.
change is unbelievable.
Yeah, it is. And of course, as you mentioned, the cost of higher education, although community college is still a great value, years and years and years ago, it was almost free. I think you paid a basic amount through the health fees or something like that.
Right.
But that has gone up, and of course, beyond that, it has really gone up a lot, and that's a challenge for a lot of people.
It is, and I think, for example, textbooks. I mean, you talk for a semester, $500 to $1,000 semester for a year.
Yeah.
And so it's just out of sight. So, and the other thing about financial aid, even though a person may qualify, it doesn't cover all expenses. So
No,
a
it
person
doesn't.
still has to work. So there's more pressure on students all ages to go full time and work full time, and the challenge is tremendous because of that workload.
Yeah, but it's where community college is really a good option to at least start out.
Right. It's an open
wonderful.
door, and we're prepared to handle any student from any background, given any challenge they have.
Yeah, and all the college campuses that you folks have, well, the two of them, as far as has broader learning, wonderful arts departments. It is absolutely the McKinney Theater over at Saddleback, of course IVC, has great events there. And that's just another wonderful thing that the college district offers.
Oh yeah, the cultural aspect is really, really first very high quality, and again, anybody can participate, and the fees are nominal.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of community college.
Yeah, and that's the key thing is the word community.
Right.
Yeah, so
right.
it's fantastic. So do you have I didn't have it listed here, do you have a website to go on?
It's espinosatrustee.org.
Okay, so that's easy to remember.
Right.
So you can go on there and find out more about Peter
Right.
and your goals, your background, and remember, November 8th, of course, we have the big ticket elections that you think about, but a lot of people, you got to look down on that ballot
Right.
because it's, I don't know, it's probably like 6 pages this time around. I don't even know. But make sure you go down the list and vote all the way down, because a lot of times these local elections affect you quicker and sooner than maybe the big presidential election will. All that. So great to meet you. Peter,
Pleasure,
thank
Ken.
you.
Pleasure.
And Peter Sr.
too.
Nice to meet you. Maybe I'll see you around the village here. And again, Peter Espinosa, who is running for the South Orange County Community College District as a trustee. And it's espinosatrustee.org.
Right.
Am I right? There you go. All right. Pleasure to meet you. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
We'll get you hooked in just a second.